What's up everybody, and welcome to another edition of AGR's Pop Culture Reviews. Now, as promised, I'm finally getting to the 1/10 scale Iron Studio statues. Took me a little while to get through, but we are done reviewing Hot Toys for a little while, and we're really going to focus on this new line. Now, when you've been doing this as long as I have, you start to notice certain trends in the collecting world, principally the 1/10 scale figures and statues. Obviously, they're becoming increasingly popular among collectors. Kotobukiya, with their Artifacts and Artifacts Plus line, really gave birth to the interest in the 1/10 scale figures and statues, and they have been, for the most part, extremely successful. Fortunately for all of us, Iron Studios has now entered the 1/10 scale game, and designed an entire line based on the characters of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, you all know Cate Blanchett as an accomplished actress and Academy Award winner, but she's also been the darling of both the fantasy and sci-fi genres for decades. And her portrayal of the God of Thunder's evil and twisted sister in Thor Ragnarok was pretty awesome. And I can think of no better character to debut on the show from this new line. So today we're going to be reviewing Iron Studios' version of Hela, the 1/10 scale statue. Let's take a closer look. First, let me start off by saying that I absolutely love Cate Blanchett. Apart from being very talented, she's incredibly beautiful. Now, the minute that I took this out of the packaging, guys, I immediately fell in love with this thing. This is so beautiful, apart from being very ornate. Just take a look at that head sculpt. They perfectly recreated Cate Blanchett. This is amazing. I love the countenance in the face. Flesh tones are perfect. The eyes are beautiful, especially that kind of smoky eye that you see in the film. This is exquisite, guys, an absolute beauty. Now, at 1/10 scale, you always run the risk of losing a little bit of detail, but this piece is definitely the exception to the rule. I mean, they have poured so much detail into this statue, it is just incredible. Take a look at the different textures at play here. You have that nice sheen on the breastplate, and then certain areas of the suit have this kind of textured look to it, but the thing that really makes it pop out is that brilliant metallic mint green, which looks freaking awesome, guys. It really accentuates the statue. This is a really well done job. Now, the lower section of this piece is easily my favorite part. I love the direction and the art style. Most importantly, it looks very powerful. I love the stance here. I love the fact that she's got one leg up and then one singular leg on the very tip of the actual base, which looks amazing, guys. Visually, it's also very striking because it makes her look very monolithic. Apart from that, it gives you this wonderful sense of verticality. It's also very minuscule, but look at the sculpt in the toes. Just awesome. Now, fortunately, Hela also came with that really nice scepter, and it's pretty detailed. Fortunately, you can remove it, so there's no real danger of when you repackage this figure that it's going to break. But just take a look at all the engraving. I love the gunmetal or the silver that they used. It's really well done and incredibly ornate, I have to admit. It also fits very well. It's pretty flush with the character. I like the way that she's holding it very elegantly. This is a really nice design, guys, but most importantly, it really goes with the overall statue. I love what they did here. Now, I don't know if I've ever seen this before, but this is actually the first 1/10 scale figure that I've seen that has mixed media. Now, you're definitely going to want to mirror this one, and it's pretty obvious. Just take a look at the reverse side of the head sculpt. It is absolutely beautiful, guys. I mean, it's very ornate, like I mentioned before. But apart from that, the beauty of the actual cape is just exquisite, guys. And this thing is beautiful. The good thing about it is that it does have a wire running through it so that you can manipulate it. It's very malleable so that you can make some epic poses, so definitely mirror this, guys. Now, what I've noticed about the 1/10 scale Iron Studios line, which really separates it from the rest, is the overall quality of the materials used. Now, this thing, the base, looks, feels, and even smells like a chunk of rock. I mean, it doesn't look like it's sculpted. It looks like they just got a rock and stuck her on it. And that is freaking awesome, guys. In terms of the organic feel to it, yeah, it is there. And apart from that, there's another section to it. Underneath the rock, there's a base. Now, it doesn't connect to it, but it is definitely complementary, and there's a lot of cool things in what I like to consider to be a plaque. It does read Thor Ragnarok. It has this beautiful picture of Hela. It does read the name Hela and Iron Studios, and it's actually pretty dense. This is a nice piece that you can display with the overall statue. It's really cool. Now, this one's pretty simple for me. This is definitely a holy grail piece, and that's pretty remarkable being a new product on the show. I have to admit, Iron Studios really impressed me with this line so far, and if I have to make comparisons, it is definitely the premium format of the 1/10 scale market. The incredible amount of detail coupled with the inclusion of mixed media is what really separates this piece from its 1/10 scale competitors. But there's a trade-off because you're also seeing it reflected in the price point. Now before I go, I just want to thank the folks over at Big Bad Toy Store for sending this wonderful piece over for review, and if you're interested in this and other collectibles, please visit www.bigbadtoystore.com. Alright everybody, so that's my official review on Iron Studios' version of Hela, the 1/10 scale statue. As always, I thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next AGR's Pop Culture Reviews.